outlawing stairs. And people would get into like arguments with me with stairs, but like, and okay, yeah, we can have up ramp, but not upstairs. Everything should be designed like an old folks home. Because if we're lucky, we'll all turn to old folks. So
Yeah.
why are we so selfishly designing while we're in the position of power to determine what the world looks like and how it functions, that we're not considering how it should be in the future?
Right.
And that future is now, we're in 2022 and everything happens for a reason. So, you know, you just get to a point, right? And every time you get to that point, everyone wants to say, oh, it's mental health. And everybody wants you to apologize a million times because everybody want to have everyone so doped out, so controlled out that you're not allowed to even stand up for the things that you're handing to your family. And the idea of taking the control and opinions or anything away from the mother or the father takes away a person's meaning in life. Doesn't matter how much money you have, the meaning that's going to be directly your church, your home is your original church. So even to this day, it's like I'll still give Kim advice on things that can help because that's going to go to the kids. That's going to go,
Right.
and she's still got to, basically 80% of the time raise those children. So I want to raise this, you know, uh, when people saw this, what I was going back and forth on is, hey, I have to be able
What
to
up?
throw my version
How's
of
everyone doing?
what people would throw, like
Good one,
a
Mike. I
Rick
like that.
Owens or Margella or
So tonight,
Easy's on to the curriculum. Because
right
my
now, I'm
parents were
listening
able
to
to do
Kanye.
that to me. They showed me anime
Everything
when I
he's
was
saying
8
sounds
years
good,
old, or my
within
dad had
bad,
drafting
really bad,
tables, or I was in
and then
computer
good.
programming class, or I was
I
programming
think
video
it's
games in
insulting
seventh
to the
grade.
American people
And
that he
the
doesn't think
standard
people are going to
curriculums
read through this
uh,
bullshit once again.
that are
So,
there, we
Kanye, you
have
can
to
fuck
balance
off,
them
but
because
I love
it
you,
shows you how
but you
to
can fuck
interact in
off.
today's society and all that.
And
But we have to balance things with
the only
curriculums
way, what up,
that
Shay?
allow for
What's up?
self-confidence,
Good to see you.
because so many of the schools in
Yeah, this is the
modern
Q&A as well.
indoctrinations take away
I'm
from the
also announcing my
confidence
presidency
that
for
these future
2024.
leaders would have in themselves. And
I will be
those
busy
less
on tour,
confident leaders
but there will be
lean
someone
on
always at the
lying
White House.
as opposed to
I'll always pick
leaning
up
on
my
the
phone.
truth, leaning on the truth
Except for
first.
now, it's
You
fucking
guys have
dead.
both accomplished so
Fucking
much.
dead.
I'd love to hear about what you
Motherfucker.
haven't done yet that you're
Protective stone.
working on, excited
Now,
about.
this is something that I think
I haven't finished
everyone
that house in Malibu. I'll tell
should
you that.
have, and you can get it
Uh,
anywhere.
I took the house and I took the stone floors were the same stone
And
that
Kanye's talking about
Apple
stones.
bought the quarry for this
See,
the
he's the
floor
one
of this
that wants
Tato Ando
to
home.
manipulate you.
And Tato Ando, I believe he's 84.
Not fucking me.
But it would be polite for me to say that
You're
he's
never
considered
polite,
to be
motherfucker.
the world's one of the world's greatest architects. It would be yay for me to say he is considered to be the world's greatest architect. He is the yay of
Where we
all
talk.
the architects.
Yeah, I get it.
And what I did was take the windows out because it's right on the water, just to hear the water, to have the unconditioned air and use the natural light.
I get it.
And then
Light.
we're putting up this parking
But
lot mesh. Now we're
you're
just going
Kanye.
through everything. I'm driving all the time.
You
I'm
fucked
seeing
up
like parking. I'm
enough.
like, I like that mesh. Right? Why can't we find this mesh? This mesh is perfect. Because Tesla said the Earth is a giant generator.
The Earth.
We'll be in California right now doing this podcast. I got some ideas on how to turn the podcast to a Godcast by putting it where this can be open to natural light. And instead of having like these like 5 versions of lights and all this, it's like, just like how that light fell down, we were already onto something. So we will remember what this was like. And just by even just simply going and getting a James Terrell space that then we can do podcast in, or having James Terrell spaces where people do yoga is the next level of what we do. And James Terrell and Tato Ando have worked together a lot. and I've been to the Rodent Crater, donated to the Rodent Crater. So in the process of this Tato Ando, I've just been there. Maybe it's a thing like going through divorce also, to get this like house and be able to just take everything out. And it was, extremely therapeutic. But in it, we started solving things, ideas of what we would do for actual shelters. Because people are always like, oh, I'm totally down to meet with the guy from Boxable. Like I want to see it. It's fine. The idea of it is good, but I know Elon stays in a Boxable. I believe it's the thing we need to give displaced and nomads, and these are other words for homeless, would be the same thing we would have for ourselves. So I'm a bit of a Robin Hood in a way where, yeah, people can go and say, okay, this like multi-billionaire
He
spent
does
$4
rob.
million on Balenciaga in 1 year.
Rob society of a lot.
But did I bring the designs back down to earth as much as I could? Because Gap didn't take it to $20 the way I wanted to, because they were still trying to protect the classism of the idea of Balenciaga and the idea of Gap, or the idea of a Gap and Ye collaboration and Balenciaga collaboration. My thought is to take it and bring it. I mean, let's take it and get it to free, but at least get it to $20. So as I, talk about this idea that the house is 75 million, I end up getting for 57 million, and then going and breaking the house in half and saying, let me look at the bones of what the Tato Ando, what his, like the greatest living architect's idea was, and what his idea before having to deal with the clients and make these compromises, right? And through it, we found ways that we can apply what we learned from that to parking lots. And I'm gonna just public domain the concept, right? So that all architectural teams can do this. Remove stairs, use ramps, create environments where people can lock the door from the inside to be able to go to sleep, have a modern Turkish bath type situation that has privacy so people can get clean and have room temperature food. Shelters completed. Next subject. And I said that out there not to say, okay, every architectural firm in the world attempt that and see what we get on the other side of that. The way people were flipping lofts and warehouses, and my, architectural partners and real estate partners gonna be like, no, yay, you gave away the idea. Exactly, because the idea isn't ours in the first place. We're to be a channel. We're to be a vessel. Right?
True.
Yeah,
So
that's dope.
good.
So say all the right
Danny, you've
things and
talked
surround
about
it by his own
how you want to
agenda.
change kids' experience.
The
in
difference is
schools
my
with
agenda is much
yoga
better
and
than
mindfulness.
his.
And we've done things with Aloe Gives, but you have kind of a bigger idea there. Would you like to talk about it?
And I don't speak bullshit. This
Well,
is bull.
One thing that Ye was
shit.
saying earlier, and I agree with, is that schools teach us to be one way. And we envision one day
Rhymed.
schools.
Rhyme alert.
Schools having.
Who's the rapper here?
I've heard enough.
Schools having, a place for people to go and practice, to decompress, to be able to, meditate. When I think about Aloe, and I think leading the movement in this alternative lifestyle of health and wellness, particularly mental wellness, what the commercial one day, I look forward to getting right back on that path. It's just today, breath work is still not a real big positive thing.
Feeling is a crime at this point. Breathing is a crime. Yeah, at this point.
I agree
Literally, it's
with
like
that.
breathing is a crime.
Right.
So when we do our company,
I do
and when
that
we
too.
do things that are based on schools, because that's the main idea, to make the school It's not about fashion brand. It's not about
Thank you. I appreciate
because
that.
the curriculums that have been given to people right now force
What
that-
Kanye needs to realize is he's
that
no
triangle you
longer
drew
the
out
most
this morning where it
powerful
goes from
person on the fucking planet.
influencer to more influencers to early
And there's
adopters
beyond
to
this
audience
critical
to,
mass.
to
Look
critical
outside
mass.
my fucking
Yeah.
window, okay?
We have
You
to
know what I mean?
educate the critical
So-
mass on esteem.
What he needs
We
to
have
do,
to educate the critical mass
or
on
should do,
religions. All
You
you know,
shut up
all the
right
religions.
now.
We have to educate the critical mass on breathing, on yoga. We have to educate the critical mass on financial literacy. We have to educate or not even educate, let's say expose information. Because educate's even a little bit do this like that. You know, like we have to educate on physics. How do things actually work? How do the pipes, the water, how does that work?
Right.
You know, that's so our school is around engineering, food. That's the
Really?
most important. That's the top.
well, I have a family
We're
full of
nomadic. The
engineers.
idea of a home is a concept placed on us. Anyway, but I bet